this little segment, I'm going to be talking all about homesickness. So when I was planning to study abroad, I was like so gung-ho for Korea. I like always knew I wanted to study abroad in Asia. And then once I like started getting more interested in Seoul a few years ago, I was like, I'm going to go to Korea, I can't wait. And then all the preparation for it, like the paperwork, getting the visa, applying for the Freeman-ASIA scholarship, all this stuff, I was so excited, I was so ready. Like me and all my friends were like just like ready to pack and ready to go. And then like I started to think about what it would be like once I got there. And I'm kind of glad that I didn't really get nervous until I was there, because I feel like that would have made the experience like more hard to like get over homesickness, because I would have been like so amped up about it. But I just remember like my mom dropping me off at JFK because I live in New York, and she and my sister came up to like the farthest you could go before you could say goodbye. And I just remember like looking at her, and she was crying and I was crying, and I was like, oh my god, like I'm not gonna see all these people that I love for 4 months. And like suddenly I was like, oh no, like I can't start crying in the airport, or I know I'm gonna be crying like until I get on the plane. So that was just like really, really hard, like that sinking in. I know like it was gonna be like this big adventure and everything, but at the same time I was just like so jealous of all my other friends, because the majority of my friends studied abroad with Fordham's London program, which is like this really fun program. You study abroad in London, they traveled everywhere. And like it just like made it really hard knowing that like they would mostly have each other, and I would be all alone like 8 hours ahead of them in terms of time zone, and you know like I just like wouldn't be like sharing in all these adventures with them. So that was also really hard. And then like I got on the plane, I was like, oh, this is amazing, I can't wait to get there. And then like once I was there, I think it was just like a combination of jet lag, because it is a 14-hour plane ride plus a 14-hour time difference, which is just like crazy for your body to go through. Luckily my flight was like non-stop, so I didn't have to stop off and like stay awake even longer. But I remember just getting there and being so disoriented and groggy and being like, I don't know anyone in this country, like what did I just do to myself? Of course this is very dramatic because like the program ended up being so well run and so amazing, but still, this is just like me with like no sleep in Incheon airport. So then when like I got on the bus with everyone, because the Hug program at Sogang, they pick you up and then they bring you back to the university with them. Even when I met the group at the airport, I was already like, oh my god, all these people already look like they know each other, they're probably all from the same country and they're already friends. Of course none of that was true, but at the time I was like so nervous that everyone else had already become friends with each other, which like doesn't really make sense, but whatever, we'll get to that. So I remember like I get there, like I meet my roommate the next day, she's amazing, she's from Paris, like we get along really well. And like even with like all the good things happening, like meeting so many fun people, like going shopping, settling in, I still just like didn't feel like right. I just think that it took me a long time to settle because I was like too focused on like what everyone from home was doing. I was like FaceTiming my parents like every 2 days, which like that sounds like pretty like normal. But normally I don't talk to my parents at all when I'm at school. I just text them. I don't really call them. I don't live at home like after school, so I don't like see them every day. So that's pretty normal for me. But it was just like the shock of having like nothing familiar, like no New York, no friends, no parents, no language. But eventually it did get a lot better. I remember like the 3rd or 4th day, we were going to Gwangbakgun Palace. I hope I said that right. It's been a while. And we were going to put on the hanboks, which is like the traditional Korean dress, and then walk around and take pictures. And it was like me and my roommate and a bunch of other random French girls she had met up with. And then Hannah, who ended up being my best friend, this Australian girl who I was like, just come out with us to the palace. And I remember that morning, I had asked like a couple of other girls if they wanted to come the night before, and they were like, yes, but then they never texted me back saying whether they wanted to go or not. And like, I totally like took that as like, oh my god, they don't want to be friends with me, like I'm never going to make friends here. Which is totally irrational, like obviously something just came up for them, they just never let me know. But at the time I was like, I'm never gonna make friends here, why am I even here? And like I like had like a panic attack that morning, and I was just like so anxious. But luckily like I pulled myself together, I was like, Emma, like it's day 4, you can do this. And then we went to the palace together and it was so much fun. Like I still didn't exactly feel like myself, but I was like, as long as you stay busy, like eventually this will feel normal. So I just kept doing that, like I just kept trying to hang out with people, or even like I am a very introverted person, so I was like totally fine just like walking around Seoul by myself and like the surrounding neighborhoods and seeing like what like exactly like my favorite cafes were there, like where I could like buy new clothes, things like that, just like things to keep myself occupied, so I wasn't thinking like, wow, like where are my friends now? Are they in Italy this weekend? Are they in Germany? You know, or like what are my mom and dad doing? So I think that helps like me just like not like necessarily disconnecting myself from home, but just like realizing that like I need to like focus on myself and like what my own adventure needs to be. So I'm not like constantly thinking like I need to be at home or I need to be in London, if that makes sense. So definitely, if you are feeling really homesick the first few days or even weeks like I was, like don't freak out. Like you will feel like everyone else is like adjusting perfectly and doing so well, but like trust me, they are not. I know like a few people seem to have like seamless adjustments. Like my roommate seemed to be totally fine, and she's also like a very independent and extroverted person, so she was just like thriving meeting all these new people. Like if you're introverted or really shy, like don't feel like you need to push yourself to do everything. Definitely like stay busy, keep meeting people, be as friendly as possible, but like if you need alone time to recharge, like don't feel bad saying no. I remember in the beginning I was like, oh my god, if I say no to like one person, I'm never gonna have any friends because I need to meet as many people as possible, and that's just not sustainable. So definitely like do what's right for you. Like as I said, I would just like go for walks by myself, I would go like chill out in cafes and just like hang out on my laptop if I needed to. Just like quiet things like that. And I think you'll realize that like other people are also doing their own thing. It's not just you like being like hermit. And then I also would make a lot of time to like hang out with other people or just like meet like Korean students. So I think like definitely finding your balance will take a few weeks, but eventually you'll realize that like you're having like so much fun just like exploring and learning more about Seoul and about yourself that you're not even gonna realize that you are missing home. Another tip for being homesick, definitely recommend like trying to find something that reminds you of home. Like I've always loved to read, so I went to the library at school and I was able to find the English section, and I checked out a few of the Harry Potter books, which like Harry Potter is just like very comforting for a lot of people, including me. And just like going through the books and reading them again at nighttime just like made me feel more like, not like I was home, but it just made me feel like more like I was myself. Or also, like I found this bagel store in Ide. It's called Mother-in-Law Bagels, and my necklace actually it says bagels. I love them. I'm from Long Island in New York. Like they're just part of my whole like upbringing. So finding a bagel store, even if they weren't the best bagels, like definitely made me feel like, okay, like there's something here that reminds me of home. Like I can do this. And then again, if you're not experiencing any of this stuff, like if you don't feel alone or isolated or anxious, like good for you. Like I'm really happy that like you're not feeling all of this, because it really sucks. It's also good to talk to this about people. Like in the first few weeks, I just like, as I said, I thought I was like the only one feeling this. I was the only one like not like adjusting perfectly. But like after a few weeks, once I started like making like actual friendships, I would like talk to people and they would be like, yeah, like I cried the first week all the time, and I was like, me too. So it just like makes you feel so much better when you realize people had very similar experiences to you, and like it wasn't just you like who couldn't adjust quick enough. And then if you really do think that like you can't do it and like it's really hard, I would definitely just like talk to someone. Like the leader or the coordinator of the Sogang abroad program, her name was Sophia. I feel like if it did get really hard, I would have just gone talk to her and like see what she thought. Because I do think it is important to like talk to an adult who knows what's going on, especially if you have like other mental health issues. It's definitely really good to, you know, like talk to someone and like see if it's anything more than just being like a little sad and homesick. So definitely like always put your mental health before anything else. Even if people are like, why are you going home? Or like, why are you always calling home? Like you just need to do what's best for you. But definitely I feel you need to give it at least a month until you feel really settled. And I promise you, like by the last few weeks, you're gonna be so sad thinking about leaving Seoul and going back home that you're gonna like not even remember how bad you felt the first few weeks. I hope that all made sense. I hope it all helped. Please comment down below or send me an email in the email in the description box. If you have any questions for me, I'd be happy to help you. I absolutely loved my experience abroad, and I just really think it helped me grow as a person and made me like more resilient and made me like more, I don't know, I just feel like now if I had to move somewhere else for a job or just like because I had to, I feel like I would just like thrive a lot faster now that I know that I can do it. Like I've done it before. I did it in a whole different language without anyone else, and I like was able to do it. So I really think that going abroad, especially without any friends, it really, really, really helps you grow as a person. So I'll see you soon, guys. Bye.